Hey everyone, Admiral Seabass here. It's July 1939, and this is the Russian and Chinese communists' turn. Russia has $12. They're going to spend $2 on a tech roll, $5 to complete their upgrade of a minor factory to a major, $2 on a militia, and they're going to save $3 because now that they can buy medium armor, they want to start doing that. So next turn they'll buy some medium armor. Chinese communists are going to buy 2 infantry for $6. So we're going to have 2 combat moves. First, well, actually, let's do the tech roll first before we do the combat moves. Russia has been trying all game to make some progress on wartime economy, and they just haven't been able to do it. So let's see if they can break the streak here on tech rolls, which have been just brutal lately for everyone. Hey! Look at that. Russians could really use that once they go to war, which I guess technically they are now. So, okay. So, 2 combat moves. First, we're going to go into Iran. Interesting here, as I thought about this, Iran really beefed up here with being controlled by the Germans buying them a mountain infantry, the FEC letting them lend-lease that mountain infantry through this naval base here in Bombay, and then also the Iranians having $2 and buying a militia. So that really doesn't make sense for the Russians to attack into southern Iran, because in a mountain, these 2 guys would attack at 1 each. This guy would attack at 2, and this guy would attack at 3. And defending would be 1 at 5, 2 at 4, and 1 at 2. So what we're going to do here is, in conjunction with the Soviets really not liking how things are looking in China now, with the Japanese finally fully committing and taking this territory, and with the discovery that the KMT have literally been printing money and can no longer buy units, those fighters are going to be recalled. And at least Russia is going to write off China at this point, because they really want this territory and this territory, which are worth more to them than the Chinese communists staying alive. And they need those planes to do that. And they need those planes quickly in order to do that before Russia goes to war with Germany. So what's going to happen this turn is all these units are going to go in here and try to take out this lone infantry in Iraq. And then the militia that Russia bought is going to get built here. We're going to rail move this guy down here as well, and then put these 3 planes, the 3 planes there as well. And so then all those things can theoretically converge on Iran next turn. That should talk the Allies or the Axis out of committing any additional lend-lease to Iran as well. Although, if somebody wants to be a dink and buy Iran an anti-aircraft gun, that might be an interesting play to make there. So there's one combat move for the Russians. And then another one is going to be up here. And get that tripod set down there. That's not a good angle, is it? That's not really either. Up here. Again, because this territory is worth a victory point because it's got an IPP, we're going to go ahead and come in here with at least those 3 units. It's not across a mountain border or a river. And I've thought about taking this one in too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that one in too. Those will be the only combat moves. I looked really long and hard, ladies and gentlemen, at the communist Chinese, and without these planes to support, I just really think it's going to be a fool's errand, and they're going to need to turtle a little bit here. The communists and the KMT are going to need to turtle a little bit and hope that Japan doesn't push too far into the mountains. But they're just not This territory was key, and I'll remember that in future games. Once the Japanese took this, it just completely changed the complexion of the war in China. And also with Iran fighting back really hard, these planes are absolutely necessary to pull out now. And plus, too, with the Japanese owning a territory on the border of the airbase, that makes the Soviets nervous. This is $31 worth of units here. They cannot lose them, and they're certainly not going to send them into a territory that has an anti-aircraft gun. So that was a really good purchase for Japan. So those are the combat moves. So let's go ahead and do this fight up here in Mongolia, and I will move this back like this and put this right here. And so we've got 2 infantry and a motorized all attacking at 2 or less against this militia. And we got the hit we needed. And then the militia will fire back at 2 or less also. And he misses. Okay. So that was that. So this guy's dead. Remove the target marker. And we'll place a Russian roundel there. Like that. And now I will go over and increase Russian conquest income by 1. So they're now at 12 IPPs total. I thought about this and I wanted to run it past you guys to see what you thought. Once the Russians attacked Mongolia last turn, technically Mongolia was controlled by the Germans and would have had 1 IPP of income in their bank, so to speak. So since Russia just took over their last IPT territory, does that mean Russia should get that dollar? Or does Russia need to conquer this territory to then get that dollar? Or would Russia not get that dollar? And then the same question would follow for what's going on down in Iran here. Iran has $2 in the bank right now. They're not going to get taken over this turn, but what about next turn? Portugal, another question, not as burning. But what do you guys think about that? Should Russia take that buck from... should they take that dollar from Mongolia that Mongolia had in the bank? So let me know what you guys think about that. So let's go ahead and do this fight down here. Let me see if I can get this in here in a way that doesn't disrupt things too much. Yeah, you can see that pretty well. So this is the fight for Iraq. And this is going to be 2 Russian infantry, a light tank, and a cavalry attacking into a normal territory. Now, I think in version 3 of the game, this would end up being a desert territory, which means I think that your tanks could break down. But it's not yet, so let's see what happens here. So we've got 2 infantry attacking at 2. Boom. And then we've got 1 Iraqi infantry defending at 4. And he hits too. Okay. So what that's going to mean is do that. That means is we're going to lose the cavalry, that guy. This is going to become Russian. And then I'm going to go move Russian territory income up another $2 to 6. So Russia's now at 14 IPPs. Pretty exciting for the Russian player. You know, watching Rank Carcass play Russia especially, it's really amazing what Russia can do once it starts getting some money in this game. And it's a pretty cool power to play in this game as well. So let's do that. That's all the non-combat moves. So let's focus on the non-combat moves now from left to right. So Chinese communists are going to pull this guy up. He can move 2. He's a cavalry. So he's going to go 1, 2 into there, like that. So ironically, what does that mean for control of this territory? Would you let that stay with the communists now that they've vacated it? Or would you give that to the KMT? Let me know what you think about that in the comments. No other non-combat moves for the Chinese communists. These planes are all going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And all of them are going to do that. And they're going to say hello to northern Iran right there. This guy is going to rail move down to here like that. And we're not going to have any other non-combats over here. But over here, we are going to start to move this Navy back up towards the Baltic. And to do that, we're going to need more space right here in Sea Zone 24. So these subs are at a naval base controlled by the Soviets. By the way, this gives the Soviets a victory condition too that I forgot to give them at the end of their last turn. So it can go 4. So I'm going to pick them up. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, like that. The rest of these ships down here are not at a naval base, and there's a transport here which can only move 2. So he's going to pick up, we'll leave 1 infantry there, and we'll take the Marine and go 1, 2. Into there, like that. We'll take 2 cruisers and go 1, 2, 3, like that. Two destroyers will go with those cruisers, like that. And we'll leave this destroyer to guard the transport and the Marine. Let me tell you why that's important. I'll tell you exactly why that's important. Let me get this here. At some point, the Soviet Union is going to hit Viipuri here, which is part of Finland. Finland also has a cruiser here. These subs can now hit that cruiser at as early as next turn. And that's probably when Russia is going to go in, because they're anticipating that Germany is going to go into Poland, which means that the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact will be on the table, which has some stipulations about Finland, which actually help Russia. But they want to take this cruiser out so that it doesn't go sit here under German control until Germany and Russia are at war. At that point, it would become German. So these subs can get there, and if those subs can't take it out, then this other Navy that's sitting back here can finish the job on the Finnish cruiser. So you got to think ahead about this stuff in this game. Okay, so that's it for non-combat moves. Now, what are we going to think about? What do we need to do here on our order of play? Put units on the map or production chart and roll for recruitment. So let's go ahead and do that. These 2 communist units, I think I know what I want to do with them. I guess I could put them in that southern territory down there that I just vacated. But I think I'd rather put them here. I think I'd rather put them here in this territory, right there, like that. This factory is no longer under construction. It's no longer a minor. It's now a major factory. So I'll take that off. And man, there's a lot to think about right now. That's this $5, which is taken care of. Okay, and this militia will go right there in our newly captured territory, or captured last turn, Azerbaijan, right there, just as a meat shield in case Iran tries to attack me. And then I save $3. And now I'm going to roll for recruitment in China. Chinese communists have 4 territories. So they need a 4 or less, and it would be really nice for them to get this. Nope. No go. Okay. So now, deliver Lend-Lease. We didn't have any. Collect all income and bonuses. Okay, here's the deal. Check this out. Sleeping Bear. Starting July 1939, the USSR income increases gradually. They roll a D12 each collect income phase and add that much to your income until they reach their wartime income. So Soviet Union is going to roll a D12, add that to its income, its normal income, and then collect that much more money this turn. So here's a D12, and it's a 4. So we will go up here, and this is their normal income, and that's going to go up to 12. Okay, so they're going to collect 12 plus 6 is $18 this turn. And they're going to add it to the 3 that they had. That's going to give them $21 to spend next turn, which is almost twice what they had this turn. And Germany's sitting there thinking, man, I don't want them spending too much more money until I attack them, but Germany's got to deal with Poland and France first. Chinese communists are going to collect another $5, which is their territory income of 4 plus their wartime bonus for having a territory that is next to China, the USSR, which is this territory right here. Although actually, this one would count now too for that. Let's think here. Did income increase? Check victory conditions. Okay, here's the deal. We took over 1 more and 2 more territories this turn. Plus, last turn I forgot, we now have a warm water port here in Portugal, which borders the Atlantic. So that's 3 more that we're going to add to Russian or Comintern victory conditions. So they had 3. Let me turn the camera around here. They had 3. Now they've got 6, and they got a total of 6. So they've just taken second place from the Axis in this game. But the Axis are going to start getting a lot of those victory conditions pretty quickly, pretty soon. So once they go to war. So I think that's it. Quite a turn. Quite a change of events in China. I thought a lot about it, ladies and gentlemen. And I hate to abandon a front like that, but it's just more important to get going down here. And Russia has big plans for southern Iran. Or Iraq, frankly. We really need to take out Iran first. And then we're going to build a rail link, which is going to connect Mother Russia to either Iran or Iraq. And then we're going to build a naval base down here so we can build some navy down here. Because we would love to go hit Netherlands before Japan gets there. So that's the ultimate evil long-term plan for Russia. And they need those planes to make that happen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I sure did. Always enjoy my followers in the comments and everything. And let me know about that income question that I asked about Mongolia. Again, they technically had $1 in income. Should that now go to Russia since they conquered Mongolia? All right. Take care, everyone. Admiral Seabass signing off.